Hey guys, so it's me, Henry, and I wanted to surprise my wife. So I actually saw something. I reached out to a friend of mine. Her name is Chef Anahita, and she actually puts on this thing called Hidden Dinner, and it's this thing. It's a really cool collaboration where you basically meet a bunch of new people. It's a prefix course menu, but you know, it's more than the food. It's the food, it's the atmosphere, it's the people, and I thought it was an interesting thing to do, so I wanted to do it. So come check it out with me. So guys, this is the email that I got, and this is what it says. This is Hidden Dinner. Hello friends, dining with one's friends and beloved family is certainly one of life's primal and most innocent delights. One is both soul satisfying and external. Join Hidden Dinners for HD Chef's Table France as we rendezvous with Chef Michael Musel for a night of rustic French cuisine. Accompany Hidden Dinner as we gather around the table for an intimate night of soulful food and conversation with friends. Bring your kind heart, open mind, and genuine presence to the chef's table. Alright, click that. Start with a rosé toast, then chilled shrimp with cucumber vinaigrette and buckwheat bellini topped with caviar, and then a bolognese with house-made baguette, lemon ruffle asparagus, and wild mushroom farro risotto. And the dessert is a raspberry rose pâte de crème and French chocolates, cheese platters with honeycomb and fall fruits. Oh, this looks good.
So, who's first time at Hidden Dinner? Awesome. Everybody. Welcome to Hidden Dinner, Chef's Table, seafood. So we're all seafood lovers today. We want to just get started. Throughout the night, I'll step in and Chrissy will step in and do some explanations of the dishes and also the concept and how we started this and what some of our future goals are. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the night, get to know each other, have some drinks, have some food, take pictures, say hi to Henry and Andrea. Thank you for hosting, and welcome to Hidden Dinner. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to thank everyone for coming tonight. Thank you, the Parks, for hosting this lovely home and opening it up to me and everybody. So the bread that you guys are eating is ube pandesal. So pandesal in the Philippines is a very typical breakfast bread. It's kind of sweet. It actually translates to salt bread in Spanish. This has ube, and if you guys don't know what ube is, it's a purple sweet potato. On the back of your menu cards, you actually have glossary in there. You can kind of read what's in the back of your menu cards if you're not familiar with an item that's on the menu. Your first course is a ravioli. It's more of a deconstructed ravioli, so to speak. It's kind of fun. It's homemade pasta. It's homemade peppered pasta. It has oven-dried tomatoes, which is tossed in herb oil, za'atar, which is a Mediterranean spice, salt, pepper, and then you have your shrimp in there with some basil butter and some herbs, and then Rice Krispies or pounded young rice that's toasted, just for crunch. So please enjoy.
Hey, so what are you making?
This is homemade black pepper pasta.
Oh, nice.
So this is for the ravioli.
Oh, sweet.
Which is going to be an open face or a deconstructed ravioli.
Nice.
I'm Anahita, and I originally founded Hidden Dinner back in 2010. I started going to culinary school in 2005 to 2007. My background comes from Iran. My mom cooked all of my life, like really fresh, good food. When I lived there, we made jams and cheeses. We even did the whole rice thing. We didn't have to, but I don't know why we did that. We lived in the city. I also lived in Pakistan for 2 years when we left the country as refugees. So we were in Pakistan for 2 years, so I got to experience like an entire completely different culture. When I came here, I got to have a taste of American food, which is very different. And over time, I have a lot of different styles of friends from different walks of life and different cultures and different cuisines. And I think it's more about the story behind the people that make the food than it is about the actual food. So Hidden Dinner was started when I was 6 months pregnant. And I had mom brain, and mom brain kicked in, and it was like, oh my gosh, Darius, my son, he's coming. I'll never cook again. It was very selfish. It was like, I'll never cook again. I need to start something now. So I made a commitment. So I committed to do a dinner once a month, and started that when I was 6 months pregnant. So I prepped it out with me and my husband. I did all the things I knew how to do: truffle ravioli, lamb with couscous, persimmon cake, ginger ice cream, everything from scratch. And just kind of like Chrissy, having my own style of flavors. It was like Middle Eastern mixed in with French and Asian. We invited everyone we knew, and we decided from the beginning we didn't want to do it on Facebook because like 1,700 people would say yes and 4 would show up. So from the beginning we decided that we're going to have email communication. That's why we put the passcode. That's the secret. People think we do it to be cool, we do it to be efficient, but it turned out to be really cool. And so over time, it took us like 2.5 weeks to sell the first 24 seats. And it was really exciting because we had a lot of Yelpers who knew each other like online, and then when they came together that night, it just became like, oh wow, I get to meet you for the first time at this place. And you walked up to this warehouse in Costa Mesa, dark, like black, pitch black, with a balloon and a candle. Now how creepy is that? And you walk into this place and you're like, oh, what are we doing here? But it was amazing. We had a great staff. We had great decor. It was November 19, 2010. So it was for Thanksgiving. And so it was amazing. And the conversations around the table was great. The staff was great. The food was great. And we did another one in January. I was like 8 months pregnant. There's pictures of me literally like sitting on a stool like this because I couldn't move. I did all the prep. I'm like, you guys can play it. Just go. And that's when we started noticing strangers showing up. Literally at one point we were like, I don't know this person. Do you know this person? We didn't know where they came from. We had no idea that this was going to spread out word of mouth. And so when, I think in August of 2011, we were like 870 something on our email list. And then Yelp picked us up and it was like, I don't know, something happened. And then it became this like huge tunnel of love. And I think now we're at like 17,000. What I actually ended up doing to be efficient, it actually ended up being great because everyone who wants to come to Hidden Dinner wants to be at Hidden Dinner. You're showing up because you actually are spontaneous, you want to do experience, you want to talk to strangers, you're kind of weird, I don't know, things are happening in your brain, you're like, I'll show up to a dark place with a balloon and go inside. Why not? So that's kind of the story behind Hidden Dinner. So now we're featuring other chefs, artists, so I'm kind of curating them. And once in a while I might jump in the kitchen with Chrissy. Now moving forward, we have some different themes. So we have HD Social, this is not. HD Social is when we will go to places that already exist. Restaurants, coffee shops, cafes. But it's different. It's like you can go there during the day or when they're open. When you go with us, it's like a party. It's a whole different experience. But it's a great way to kind of introduce you to local eats and local places and local great people that you might not even ever know. It's great to have that. And then we always have probably like an entertainment factor. So far we've had music. And then HD Chef's Table is this, super intimate at someone's home or a remote location. HD Memory Bites is very similar to Chef's Table, but there's a storyline behind each dish. So it's for chefs that are super connected to their foods. And we're also launching something called HD Adventure, which will be a little bit more adventurous, like hikes and food and other things and food. Like I was like, hey, can we like jump out of planes and to our tables? And they were like, no, that's dangerous and liable. So I guess we're not doing that one. But you know, it would be fun to do hot air ballooning one day and kind of have these big dreams. But we have to start with baby steps. So that's kind of the history of Hidden Dinner, in case you wanted to know. Enjoy.
So this is your second course. This is squid ink orzo risotto. So it's not made with rice. It's actually made with orzo, which is a rice-shaped pasta. And it's not a squid ink orzo. Rather, I cook the orzo in squid ink with a little bit of fish stock to fortify the fish flavor. And then it's just it's a simple dish, but it takes a lot of steps because you got to cook the lobster separately and then make the croutons and then cook the pasta, cool it, and then take the pasta water, put some more squid ink in it, and then reheat the pasta back into it. There is truffle butter in it, so that's almost dairy, but not really. So, so please enjoy.
Thank you, Chef.
This is your main course. So this is milkfish. Milkfish is a traditional Filipino fish in the Philippines. It's actually considered the national fish of the country. It's not really seen in any other restaurants or markets aside from Asian or Filipino markets. The reason why I wanted to use it is because I wanted to show you guys that you can make something really good and technical with a pretty, you know, relatively inexpensive fish. The fish is flaky, almost like trout, I would say, or even branzino. Like if you guys have ever had Mediterranean seafood, it's kind of like that. So what I did was, it's boneless, but I used an additive called Activa to glue it together so that it looks like a nice fat fillet. And then I wrapped it in plastic wrap and I sous vide it for 30 minutes. So it's really, really soft and perfectly tender, and then I just kind of finished it up in the oven, like to warm it through, and then you have pickled mushrooms in it, and then you have black forbidden rice, which black forbidden rice is actually not even a black rice, it's more of a purple rice, and then smoked paprika or smoky paprika emulsion on top. So please enjoy. It should be a good balance of like salty and sour and creamy. The carrot puree is so good, so please enjoy. This is going to be ramen sponge cake. It has ricotta and yogurt foam. So ricotta cheese, a little bit of honey, Greek yogurt, mix that in, and then put it in a whipped creamer to make it to a foam. So it's tangy, so it's kind of a good balance to the sweetness of your cake. And then you have macerated strawberries, which is also kind of sweet and tangy. And then you have oat streusel, aka granola. It smells like Christmas because I used a lot of pumpkin pie spice. And then you have your whipped cream, which I'm gonna fracture with liquid nitrogen, just for the heck of it.